Just listen to that golden crust. Today we're baking something truly special, a sourdough focaccia that is incredible airy on the inside and perfectly crisp on the outside. Let's bring a taste of Italy into your kitchen. We start by waking up our sourdough starter. If you're new to the sourdough world, I've linked my full starter guide for you right here. I'm feeding a small amount of mature starter with fresh flour and water. Mix it until it's smooth and consistent. Don't forget the rubber band trick. It's the simplest way to see exactly when your starter is at its peak and ready to bake. Cover it up and let it dry overnight. By morning, it should be bubbly, fragrant, and more than doubled in size. First, weigh out your active starter. Whisk it into the water until it's completely dissolved. This creates a uniform base for our dough. Now add the semolina and wet flour. I just love the smell of these high quality grains coming together. Get your hands in there. Mix it until a shaggy dough forms. At this stage, we just want to make sure all the flour is hydrated. Let it rest for 30 minutes to relax the gluten. After the rest, it's time for the salt. This is where the magic starts. Knead it in, first in the bowl and then on your workspace. You'll feel the dough becoming stronger and smoother with every moment. Give it another 30-minute nap. Keep a bowl of water nearby. Wetting your fingers is the secret to handling this high hydration dough without it sticking. We're starting our first folds. Pull the dough up and gently slap it back into the bowl. This technique builds incredible strength and structure. Be more gentle this time, we want to preserve the air bubbles that are starting to form. Cover it up for 30 minutes, then we go back in. Final folds. Notice how silky and elastic the dough has become. A few more gentle slaps and it's ready for the long ferment. Cover the bowl and let it sit for about 6 hours. This slow rise is where the complex sourdough flavor truly develops. 6 hours later and look at this growth. When I pull the dough, you can see these hundreds of tiny delicate gluten threads. That is the sign of a perfect fermentation. Dust your workspace with semolina. It adds a wonderful crunch to the bottom of the focaccia. And then gently ease the dough out, keeping all that precious air inside. Pull it into a rectangle and follow this folding and rolling technique. We are building layers of tension to ensure a nice rise in the oven. Place it into your proofing basket, cover it and let it rest in the fridge overnight. This cold proof makes the flavor even more intense. Our dough is cold, stable and ready for the final transformation. For that classic Italian finish, we only need two things: high quality olive oil and flaky salt. Coat your parchment paper with a generous drizzle of olive oil. Don't be shy, the oil essentially fries the bottom of the crust to perfection. Gently lay the dough onto the tray and start pressing with your fingertips. You'll feel the air moving around under your hands. Now for the most satisfying part, pour over the remaining oil and create those iconic dimples. This is where the oil and salt will pool to create bursts of flavor. A final sprinkle of sea salt and one last 30-minute rest to let the dough puff up around those dimples. To finish, add some fresh rosemary for that heavenly aroma. Now into the hot oven it goes. And here it is, deeply golden, aromatic and incredibly light. A true labor of love. Happy baking and I'll see you in the next recipe.